Hey everybody, it's Maggie from Personal Euphoria with today's plank story on a soggy, rainy day. That's a good day to find a way to move, even if you're stuck inside. So you can do plank if you want. Let's say you don't want to do plank. What I'm going to suggest today is using a table, right? You can put your hand on the table and my arm is straight. And if you lean forward, so just so you can see it from a different vantage point, I'm leaning into that stretch. And then you can lean into the stretch as much as you want. Then, and you can do both hands at the same time, then you'll turn your hand to the side and lean sideways as much as you want. You can give it a little shake. Then you're going to try rotating your fingers towards your body. You might not be able to get the whole hand down here. And if you want a deeper stretch, you'll lean back. And you just play with the different orientation of your hand and different stretches. Okay, so today's plank. While I was in North Carolina visiting my family, my 5-year-old nephew, we had gone to the beach because Tropical Storm Ophelia was rolling in. And so we were watching the waves, which were huge. And so he asked me, what makes the waves? And what's funny is I thought, do I actually know the answer to this? I mean, I think I know, but I don't remember learning it. I don't I couldn't say I know for sure. I was thinking about how we know the things we know and whether we trust that. So anyway, I said to him, I think it's the wind, and I think the ocean floor, the surface of the ocean floor has something to do with it too, but I don't know what. And so I ended up looking it up and going down this rabbit hole of waves. Sure enough, it is the wind. The wind is typically the most important part of what makes waves, but the ocean floor plays a role too, even far out at sea, but especially as a wave comes to shore, as it gets more shallow. It's literally like if you trip and you stumble forward, the bottom of the wave gets more friction from the floor, and the wave literally breaks over itself because the top of the wave is going faster. So that was kind of just neat to know. Maybe you all have understood that all along. Also, ocean wind is more consistent than if you get an offshore wind. So when waves come from an ocean wind, apparently they're a more steady, consistent size. The southern hemisphere has more consistent waves, which makes them better for surfing. Apparently in the northern hemisphere, our waves change in summer and winter, and apparently we have the best surfing waves in winter. And then an interesting little factoid was the largest wave ever recorded was a wave after an earthquake. There was a tsunami, and the wave was 1,720 feet. It hit at least somewhere in Alaska, because I found all these articles. There was this bay in Alaska, and it had these 3 small fishing vessels on it. Each had 2 people in them. And one of the boats, the 2 people lost their lives. The other 2 boats, amazingly, were able to ride the wave and get to safety. One of them, their anchor was down and they couldn't get it up in time. They basically radioed that they thought they were not going to make it, but this is where they were. And then their anchor snapped and they were able to continue riding the wave, and they survived. So that was a pretty interesting story. So good every once in a while, even if you think you know how waves or whatever are made, look it up, because it takes you down this whole other interesting rabbit hole. So anyway, with that, I hope you enjoyed your lesson on waves. I hope you have a great day. And as always, keep moving.